Welcome, Screen Fiend fans. As promised, we're back again. And this time we have the top 10 most overrated movies of 2023. Wasn't a lot of movies that came out that were blowing people's minds away, but some have been quite overrated. Yes, it wasn't a lot of promotion for the films, but they were quite overrated. One of the main ones that we know of, I mean, shoot, there's so many movies that came out this year. Some were completely overrated. As we start our list off with number 10 on the list, No Hard Feelings with Jennifer Lawrence. They promoted this movie and it was supposed to have been this funny movie. It was silly. It's kind of like one of those old throwback to like Super Bad and all of those different things there. It just didn't connect. And it was quite overrated, in my opinion. Um, Enough to make top 10 on the list. You know, that style of comedy where it's just really silly. When you get to the actual plot of it, and it's just like over the top sexuality thing is just lame. And Jennifer Lawrence playing this role, this is the first time she's ever played a role like this, and probably should be the last. She had to be naked to sell the movie. Yeah, that's how they used to market it. And then at this point, it's like, well, we've seen her naked now for a while in a couple of movies already. So it's like that Russian movie she did, man, she was not only naked, she was something else. She was something to see in that. This doesn't look, this is like your mom naked type of naked. It was not appeasing to watch. Yeah, she had a kid, so things look a little different when you have kids. um, Not saying anything, moms. I'm just saying. Scream, whatever number this is. Was it six? Was it seven? I don't know. This Scream movie was marketed very well, and they promoted it like it was going to be the next best thing, and it turned out to be absolute trash. I mean, not absolute trash. I won't say that. It was decent, but it's like it became a spoof of itself, bringing back people who from the last movie, just saying, "Oh, they survived. Everybody just got stabbed up and survived." And now it's like, are they dead in this one? We don't know. OC said, "Hate it." Jennifer Lawrence had a kid. Yeah, she had a kid. He said the Wednesday chick is milking that 15 minutes of fame. Yeah, well, she's the new it girl now, and they seem to always put these it girls in Scream movies, like Julia Roberts' niece. What's her name? Emma Roberts. They put her in there, and she ended up being a ghost face. So we'll see what happens down the road with this ridiculous movie. So number 10 is No Hard Feelings, and Scream is number 9. So woo, we're already all in on this list. Number 7 is like, Are You There? Are you there yet? It's Margaret. Oh my God. In white people's world, this movie is a me, it is the most promoted garbage ever. They promoted this stuff everywhere. Like, you gotta see this movie. I was bored to dog shit watching this movie. I said, you guys have wasted all my time. This movie is bland. It's another coming of age type of people for white people. I'm like, this movie is just for white people, not me. Absolutely. Terrible. Super overrated. Deserve to be number 7 on the list. It's just that it would be higher if black people was involved. Number 6, Autonomy of a Fall. This thing was considered one of the best movies of all time of 2023. Autonomy of a Fall. I went live in the movie theater watching this. I'm like, we're watching it, and I'm like, it's an okay movie. But does Oscar buzz? First of all, the movie is not in English. It's about a trial. Are they thinking a woman killed her husband, or did the husband commit suicide? The son is blind, everything. We're sitting here watching, and I'm like, she guilty as hell. And I'm like, she's sleeping with the lawyer. I'm sitting there talking about the whole movie and breaking it all down, even though I'm reading it mostly in subtitles. Some of it is in English when they go to the trial, but mostly it's in a Norway or whatever language they're speaking. So Autonomy of the Fall isn't a bad movie. It just isn't as outstanding as people are making it. I'm like, dude, I don't want to feel like I'm actually in a damn long ass trial. And I felt like that. The dog should get the Oscar in the movie. The dog was the greatest actor in the film. Now let that stew. I mean, that dog had to throw up. The dog had to throw up, get sick, throw up, get back up. Hey, I'm like, this dog. I'm like, where they get a dog to do this at? The dog had to throw up, play dead, wake back up. Hey, I'm back. Hey, I'm the dog. Get my doggy Oscar treat. See, that dog was on the level. So that's number 6. So we getting down the list already. At number 5, we have Asteroid City. Oh, it's got all these celebrities in it, a whole row of Jewish people lined up for this film. This movie is boring as it. I saw Asteroid City. I'm like, I don't even think I did a movie review for it. I said, this the movie y'all talking about? And I'm watching the director and I'm watching the scenes and I'm like, I don't think this is it. I really don't think this is it. I'm like, it's okay. I see the plot. It's not really, it's boring. It's like basic. You've seen stuff better than this. But they promote it like it's the greatest film of all time. I'm like, of 2023, one of the best films is Asteroid City. I'm like, no, the hell it ain't. And that is at number 5. Asteroid City. I don't care how many celebrity Jewish people they put in it. That movie is not what you think. At number 4, we got Wonka. Wah, 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 wah. Wonka. Wonka, wonka, wonka. Wonka, this new remake of the Willy Wonka was promoted and marketed to be the next big thing. Saw it. I don't even think I did a review. That's how uninterested this movie is. The CGI is bad. It looks dull. They're making it to a musical more than the other ones, and it's just so bland, so bland that I don't even think the kids enjoyed it as much. They really didn't. It was more adults in there than kids, and super hyped, and a lot of money was dumped into it. Number four is definitely Wonka. Wonka, Wonka, Wonka. Now, we're down to the last three. Now, everybody think they know this movie is number one. But it isn't. At number three, we have Talk to Me. Talk to Me is at number three. Talk to me. Oh my God. Is this not a cult following if I've ever seen it? It's so terrifying. This voodoo hand, you grab it and then it's got some good scenes in it, but it is definitely, definitely, definitely not as hyped up as what they call it, the best horror movie of the year. It's not even scary. It's more a psychological thriller than it's a movie. Talk to Me is not 2022. What did you talking about? That was this year. Unless you're talking to somebody in the chat. Talk to Me is a good, watchable psychological thriller movie, but not a horror movie like they're making it out to be and promote it like it's so terrifying. It's not terrifying whatsoever. So that's at number three. Number two, Barbie. Well, they probably finished it in 2022. Talk to Me is definitely 2023 released. Or maybe you looking at the wrong Talk to Me. No, Talk to Me came out this year. Actually in February. Now they probably had a limited release in December or something, but it came out January, February. Now, Barbie is at number two. Oh yeah, Barbie's on HBO. He said, "You're right, July, my bad." Yeah. Well, here's the thing. Barbie, everybody thought this would be number one on the list. Barbie was never marketed like that. It was never promoted until the week it hit and it blew up. Then the marketing for Barbie started rolling like this. Now, I never did a movie review for Barbie because I haven't even watched it from the exact beginning, but I watched it probably with a whole hour and a half to go. It came on HBO. I'm like, oh, this is trash. This is trash. I knew right in the way it was trash. I said, this is bad. This is awful. I'm looking at it. I said, oh, this is just an agenda based. This Gara Gergich, whatever her name is, Greta Gergich, Gerwig, or whatever. Another one of her pro lesbian pro gay type movies, pro agenda, women's right, men are bad. The only one was entertaining was Ryan Gosling as Ken. To me, I thought he did a great job. But other than that, this movie is completely overrated. So only for 50-year-old women would probably like this movie. I don't even think kids really get this into the Barbie. But that's number two. So who could be honorable mentions? You're right. Forgot that. Five Nights at Freddy's. That's an honorable mention. Honorable mention, Five Nights at Freddy's. And why would I say my honorable mention to that movie? Because Five Nights at Freddy's was completely overrated when it was getting built up and to its promotion. And Five Nights at Freddy's was 5 nights of trash. But it was a video game. See, I didn't know that. And it's got a lot of its buzz from the younger kids who used to play this video game called Five Nights at Freddy's. So if you played the video game, you had a lot more appreciation than the people that actually went to the movies and wasted their time watching this film. Absolutely. So that's an honorable mention. Honorable mention to Cocaine Bear. The Cocaine Bear, baby. Honorable mention to Cocaine Bear, man. Cocaine Bear was funny. It was not to be taken seriously, but they over promoted this film with cocaine everywhere and this bear, and he's like, that's not number one. No, it isn't, buddy. No, it isn't. The most overrated film that was made. Well, the reason why Cocaine Bear, honorable mention that, why I fell on his face, is because she was nice to look at, Elizabeth Perkins, I believe, is it a little bit Elizabeth Banks? Sorry, not Elizabeth Perkins, Elizabeth Banks, because she's nice to look at, and everybody started letting her direct movies. She's not a good director at all. Cocaine Bear was not very well directed at all. It was not. The last scenes was like couldn't really make out stuff. In the end, when he's fighting, I was just like, oh, Ray Liotta is one of his last films. And y'all screw it up like this. It's just that she's basic at directing. She needs guidance. Yeah, I don't know why they keep, I don't know, her husband or whoever she's banging, they keep putting her in the right situations. So that was definitely an honorable mention. Now it's time for number one, folks. What is the number one most overrated movie of all time? Megan. Megan. Megan was terrible. Not bad as what you think. No, Fast X wasn't even marketed like that. Megan. You sure Megan was 2022? I thought Megan was this year. Because it got to be Megan. Megan was the most promoted as this was a horror film. They keep saying 2022. But I could have sworn it came out this year. Yeah, January 6th, 2023. That was when it came out. January 6th, the beginning of this year. What's up, C-Mac? Megan. Megan with this doll that was supposed to be like Small Wonder when she go insane and do all that stuff. And it's just so crazy how they do this film. And it was marketed like this was such a horror film. Well, here's the problem with Megan, y'all. Megan was an R-rated movie. They had to make cuts to make it a PG-13 movie. So the R-rated version of Megan was already done. I never saw the uncut version of it, but there is an uncut version where they have the blood, where they have the scenes where it's way more tension than what they put out. They had to erase and reshoot scenes. If you watch the trailers, the original trailers, you start to see where there was blood. There was more serious type situations happening involving the dog. They changed it. They changed all of it. So when you watch it, you're like, oh, they changed it. What happened here? They watered it down so they can get more kids into the movie, more teenagers. And they marketed it as telling everybody how scary it was. And it was not scary at all. Megan was promoted throughout the month, throughout the year, because they didn't have anything coming out. And they was getting everybody sucked in to watch a bland movie. Megan was not better than any, well, I won't say any, but not all of the Annabelles. Annabelle creation was the best one of all. And it's way better than Megan and was way more terrifying than Megan. Annabelle Comes Home was decent. I don't remember which one is which. Whatever the one they had when they was at the house and they go in the basement and all of them start coming out with the games. That one was ridiculous. That one was ridiculous, and the first Annabelle was trash. No, the second Annabelle movie they came out with was the only one that you needed to watch. It was the prequel. That one, Annabelle Creations or whatever that was. Yeah, that was the horrible one, horrifying one. And that little girl, she seemed to know when to pick the right horror movie because whenever she's in it, it's a classic. She was in that Ouija board Origins, and that was terrifying. And then this one was terrifying. So that was two of them. So those are the most overrated. You can say honorable mentions to Fast 8X, but that wasn't really marketed like that. It really wasn't. It was light marketing because they didn't really get into that until like it was getting near it. And they was trying to say, well, it was supposed to be the last one. Then they kind of like, well, we're gonna do like XXX. I mean, like what? Triple X? So you're gonna have Triple X show up and save Vin Diesel. You're gonna play two characters. Yo, it's Triple X. Whoa, what a rush. Bill Bo is Afraid with Joaquin Phoenix. I watched it. It's a good movie. It's okay. Yeah, I did my list for the top 10 best, top 10 worst. But it really wasn't a lot of marketing for movies this year. That's what I'm saying. A lot of movies came out and it was like, okay, because they weren't really marketing like that. They were going straight to the internet. Like they were going to like Paramount Plus, Hulu, Netflix, and they don't really market like that. So that's why it's not a lot of honorable mentions for those. Yeah, pretty much. We did the whole list. We wrote them all down. We got all the movies that was there. I would have put an honorable mention to Winnie the Pooh, Blood and Money. I mean, Blood and Honey for worst movies, but it was too small. It's one of those movies you expect it to be stupid, like Hansel and Gretel. It's like, come on. It's one of those low budget type of money grabs using the names of popular popular like kids books or whatever to try to swindle something. So I expected that movie to be as trash as it was. It was horrible. Saw the entire interview with Willie D and Cat Williams, and I will be going live to discuss that on Carcino for Life channel in about, give me an hour, and I'm gonna go ahead and do that. You see, my best top 10 list got you intrigued. Yeah, it's hard to do overrated when they really don't market that many films. And the ones that they did market, they would had a reason to because they were really good films. Um, yeah, but these are the ones that they marketed that were, yeah, a problem. So anyway, I'm gonna get out of here. Thank y'all for the support. Thanks for everybody who became a member. We'll have some stuff up here for y'all. Don't forget my Cash App is Carcino. Support it. It's Karceno. Support the Cash App so I can shout you out in the video. And I'm out.